I have scoliosis and my spine is still straighter than I am. Hey! Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I have a different sort of video. It is not about makeup, but it's about something that I've kind of just been wanting to do a video on for a while. And I'm not sure how much people are going to enjoy this, but I feel as though it's something that needs to be talked about. But you know what? I'm going to talk about it. I'm just going to be talking about scoliosis because I have it. You know, if you're not interested in scoliosis and chronic pain, don't worry, next video around you will be back to your scheduled awkward edgy makeup tutorials. To just kind of start off with it, I remember when I first got diagnosed with it, I was probably around 12. I can't remember the exact age, mostly because when I was diagnosed, I was told that it wouldn't really be that much of a deal. Like, the doctor said that it wouldn't impact me that much. So basically my spine is both curved and twisted. It is not so severe that it would necessarily require surgery or anything like that, but it is enough that it does push down on my muscles, especially on my right side, so there is a lot of pain associated with that. But when I was 12, the doctors didn't really see that as a thing that would happen. They didn't see it as something that would affect me. They just said that my right shoulder might be a little bit more forward than my left shoulder. I remember I was probably around like a junior or senior in high school when I first started having a little bit of back pain. It was in my lower back. It was enough to make me like not want to go to school for a couple days. Again, I went to the doctor and they told me like you should really try like this foam roller type thing, like, you know, the foam rollers you can get from like the sporting goods store, and like lay on that like with the foam down your spine for about 15-ish minutes a day, and that should take care of everything. You know, that'll just be a good exercise for you to do. You might need to do that for a while, but it'll help you feel better, and it did to a certain extent. So that was when I was 16. Then I believe it really got bad when I was a sophomore in college. So I was 18 going on 19 at that point in time. Well, for one thing, in my undergrad, I lived in an area where there was like a lot of mountains, so there was a lot of snow and a lot of cold. And one thing that, I don't know if you really know this about chronic pain, but when the weather gets especially cold is when it really hurts the most. So there were a couple days when I couldn't even really get out of bed to go to my morning classes, which sucked. And so I told my doctor about that the next time I was home, and they got me scheduled for physical therapy over the summer, which helped. For the past few years, that's just kind of been what I'm dealing with. I have done like physical therapy off and on as my like insurance has allowed it. The insurance that I have right now does not work for that. So basically the curve in my spine is right between my shoulder blades, and on a good day that's basically where all of my pain is. However, there are a lot of days that I have that aren't necessarily good days like where the day before I might have gone out and done like a little bit more walking. I remember a couple weeks ago I went into the city, and while it was a really fun day, public transportation isn't exactly the best if you have chronic back pain. And the thing about having like difficulties in your spine is there's not really a way to rest your back. So for me, on my bad days, it's not just right between my shoulder blades, but it's in like my shoulders, in my upper arms, in my lower back, and sometimes even into my hips. So even though that is not technically where my issue is, that is where the pain radiates out to. So right now, for example, I'm having trouble lifting my left arm, and this has been for about 2.5-ish weeks. Basically what had happened was like I had slept on it wrong. I was sleeping like this, and that had happened for a couple nights in a row, so I figured, you know what, it would get better. And then later that week I ended up having to get a shot in this arm, getting my flu shot, and that kind of put it back out of commission for a bit. Like, I can still use it, I just can't like this is about my limit right now, it's like not going all the way up. So those are just kind of some of the things that I deal with related to scoliosis. Right now I'm on 2 different medications, which have been super helpful because I can't get physical therapy right now. And one of the major things about physical therapy that helped was the fact that like I know how to do the exercises that I need to do but what really helped the most was like the pain relief aspect that came with it. The fact that there was always somebody there to help you when you're hurting a little too much when you're doing the exercises, to get all of the like knots out of your shoulders, things like that that would prevent you from exercising. It's just like the circular cycle type thing. Like for me, I know that I need to get stronger and exercise to help my back and make it not hurt, but the fact that it hurts makes me not capable of exercising. And it's just this like endless loop of not being able to do the things that are going to make me feel better. And so that makes it really difficult for me to kind of deal with it. So right now, pain medication is kind of all I have that will keep the pain at least somewhat at bay. And I know a lot of people like to give crap about medications, but quite frankly, for a lot of people, it is what keeps us functioning. Now, I have two different medications. It's baclofen and meloxicam. And the baclofen is supposed to be a muscle relaxer, and it really helps with that to kind of loosen up my muscles. And the meloxicam is definitely more for pain relief. I take the baclofen 3 times a day and the meloxicam once. I think I've been on that combination for about a month, and it's been really helpful to me. I have noticed that I need to get a little bit more sleep when I'm taking both of them, because the major side effect for each of them is drowsiness. And while it's not super bad, it's a lot more helpful if I'm able to get like an extra hour of sleep in. Just go to bed a little bit earlier. I did have one day when I first started taking it where I developed this giant bruise on my forearm, and I checked and it's because meloxicam specifically. Now, I've been on baclofen before and it's worked pretty well, but meloxicam is helping me too for the pain relief aspect. And meloxicam also, like, you can become very prone to bruising for that, and my logic with that right now is that that is the only one that I've had so far, and it is quite likely due to probably getting used to that medication. And I figure if I end up having any more unexplainable bruises across my body, that's when I'm gonna talk to my doctor. But I figured if I just have the one and then my body gets used to it, then I'm going to be okay. So I've kind of just been doing that and doing the medication recently. I've also started kind of trying to do a pain journal, which I had originally started when things were getting really bad, so I could just kind of show it to my doctor and be like, hey, look at all of these days where I'm in pain and this is how it affects me. You know, I think that's also a good thing to do in general if you have any sort of chronic stuff going on. That way you have more of like a clear picture of what's going on the next time you need to see your doctor. That way, if there's any like medication changes that need to happen or anything that could be done better, that's really helpful. I'm so bad at keeping it. I will go like an entire week without writing anything, but then I'll write something for like 4 days straight. So I really genuinely need to get better about that. Heck, like I even have trouble taking pills too, just because to me anything outside of my normal routine that I have to add in is very difficult for me to do. And also with the pills, I can't swallow pills, so I have to like chew them and swallow them that way, and it's really gross. The meloxicam doesn't taste that bad. It doesn't have that much of a taste to it when you chew it, but baclofen is like, it's disgusting. I like 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Yeah, that's kind of where I've been and what I'm doing, and I thought that I would have a lot more to say during this video, so it's not going to be like super long, I don't think, but I kind of wanted to get real with y'all about this because there's like a lot of stuff related to this, because nobody thinks that, like, you know, I look young and able-bodied, but that doesn't mean that I can't have any sort of issues or anything like that. So if you're dealing with anything like this, know that you're not alone. And I kind of want to make this into a series too, because there's a lot of things that you don't think about when you have chronic pain. Like, I want to do a video like all about like cute outfits that are also really comfortable for days when like your pain is really bad and you don't want to like go outside in skinny jeans and heels where all you want to wear is like pajamas. So like pajamas but looking cute enough to like go to class and to work. And also one of my friends knows of this like acupuncture place, and she and I might be making a little trip to visit that, and just because I think that would be a really interesting experience, and that's something that I've always wanted to try in terms of pain relief. So just like videos like that where I'm like trying new things about getting my back better, or like coping mechanisms that I have, because I'm sure that there are other people out there who might need to hear something like this. Things like that. So I don't know if this video has made any sense at all, but I really do hope you've enjoyed it, and the lighting is changing in my room, so I'm gonna wrap up this video right now. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos, not necessarily like this, more makeup related. But anyway, I will see you on my next video. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!